action. Here's a video of how to replace your tail lights and turn signals in a Victory Vision. It's going to be the same for all years. The first thing you're going to do, first off, everything in this job can be done with a 4mm hex, and they're all these body bolts that we've seen before. They're all over the place on Polaris products, whether it's a cross country or a Vision. These standard 4mm bolts are everything. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off our license plate mounting bolts, and this just happens to be an aftermarket one that you go through here on, but either way, this comes off and there's 2 bolts right there. That gets your license plate mounting bracket out of the way. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to start in this lower corner, regardless of which side you start on. There are 5 snaps on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 in the center. Another 5 on this side, and they're right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th one that's up here is kind of a channel instead of just a rectangle. It's this big long rectangle with a step in it, but this is the number 5 slot for these top ones on your M panel right here. So the first thing we did was take off the license plate mounting bracket. The second thing we're going to do is take off the M panel. 11 total clips have to come off. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the bumper. The bumper has 6 bolts holding it on. Y'all are familiar with it. It mounts up down here. There's 1, 2, these are underneath, so 3, and then 4, 5, and 6. They're in the same spots on both sides. So it's 1 here, 2, and 3, and then 1, 2, and 3 on this side. Take note, these pieces right here are a little difficult to get to, especially if you've got an aftermarket exhaust. That's the point right there. I was able to get the bolts out, but I had to pry on this heat shield a little bit just to finish getting it out, and the whole thing pulls directly to the rear. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take 5 bolts out, and that's to remove both of your lens cap assemblies so that you can actually get the bulbs to change. There's a total of 5 bolts. There's 1, 2, 3 is in the middle, and then 4 and 5 are up here. There's an alignment pin right here. This little plastic piece goes in the hole. You'll see when we take this out here in a second. And then the screw, I got at it by going right up under here with a ball Allen that lets me go off center just a few degrees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and both sides. These are 2 separate pieces. The right one has to come off first because it goes over. I'll show you here in a second. So this right one has to come out first and go in last. And here's the key. As you start to leverage this out, this piece right here is going to want to get caught under this body panel. You have to kind of rotate it out carefully, and you can't go yanking too hard because your connectors are here. These are standard automotive connectors. You pull down, you pull out gently and down, and they just give way. 3 of them, 1 for each bulb. Out a little bit and then down, out a little bit and then down. Boom. Same on the other side. These loosen up by going counterclockwise and then they come out. So clockwise tightens it, counterclockwise loosens it. The bulbs themselves just pull straight out and push straight in. Reverse the process, reassemble your Vision, taillights fixed.